What's up, everybody? Why is this not working like it should? Is this working? Hello? Hello? I guess it is working. What's up, people? This is BNT, and we are coming at you today to talk about a couple things. Such as Chicken Little. Have you guys ever seen or heard of that little story, Chicken Little, Tracy?
Well, it's a kind of like an old fable or a fairy tale or whatever you want to call it. But for those of you that are familiar with it, let's talk about it.
Tracy, so what is Chicken Little? And in that little video we watched, what happened?
Chicken Little was spreading panic and fear among his friends.
But who started it?
He got deceived by a sly fox.
So if you watch Chicken Little from the 1940s, it pretty much goes into a political message, basically saying that if an evil fox out there wants to start mayhem and deceive the masses, or the hens in this case, the chickens, for the sole purpose of consuming them and eating them alive, so he has to create this hysteria, which in this particular story he did through Chicken Little. So he went through his little psychology book, remember?
Yeah, he was thumbing through the pages, and he had to find his victim, which was Chicken Little. His theory was you always have to find the dumbest one among the flock, so to speak. And that's, through the dumb one, that's how you're able to, let's just say, reel in the other ones.
Correct. So his first step was to find someone stupid to what's the word I'm looking for? Exploit, I guess. Okay, so yeah, he had to find someone to exploit that was dumb enough to fall for his little scheme. And so what he did was he came up with this lie that the sky is falling. And then Chicken Little bought into it and started spreading fear among the other chickens. Well, the end result was that he was like, hey, everyone to the cave. And when they did, they all flocked to the cave. And that's when the wolf, the
fox consumed them.
Ate them inside the cave. So they fell right into his little trap. So what does that translate to us? So basically, if you look at the news and you look at the numbers, okay, over 90% of people recover from this outbreak, okay?
Which is the coronavirus.
Which I am so sick of that word.
Me too.
And over 90% of people recover. Not that this is not a virus, or it's not a pandemic, but the problem is people think it's the other way around. They think that it's a death sentence if you get this thing, which in people's minds it's like 90% are going to die. So, and they think it's going to just rapidly spread like the bubonic plague, which is not true. Matter of fact, a scientist just got on the other day from Germany saying that this is just a form of the flu. He said that himself. So this is just because the flu has many different viruses that are constantly changing, and this is just one of those viruses. This is all we're battling here. So anyway, what's happening is people are freaking out, buying up the foods, and it's driving our economy way down. So it's really, really bad, and people are without work right now. That was my alarm. All right, so now we're switching gears. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about?
Relationships.
Well, my relationship has been sucking lately. Because my sweet Nia keeps asking me about other girls. And I'm like, why are you asking me these questions? What would you do?
Nia has a guilty conscience. That's why she's asking you about other girls.
That's what I thought. So I said to myself, I said to her, I said, Nia, why are you asking me about other women? And I'm looking at her like, you're up to something too. You got stuff you're hiding. So she wants me to confess to everything I've done. And I'm like, well, are you going to confess to everything you've done? And of course not.
I agree.
That's some bullshit, man. But anyway, I know what I was going to talk to y'all about. There's a scripture in Philippians chapter 4. It says, be careful for nothing. That means don't worry. Right, Tracy?
Of course, that's what it means.
Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, let your requests be made known to God. So please stop worrying. Everything will be okay.
In time, this too shall pass. In the meantime, keep your faith in the man above.
Correct. Goodbye.